How many of you speak Spanish? Oh, that much.
Poquito, everybody.
All of you.
Poco pequeño.
Poquito.
What is the advice that you give to someone if they missed out on getting tickets for Barcelona at Espai Texas?
Well,
Move to Boca Raton, Florida, because we might have a show there in a couple months.
I would say get there 2 weeks before the show, dig a hole in the floor of the theater, cover it with a carpet, and then sneak in through the air ducts the night before, lay underneath the stage, and then peek out during the show.
Love it. So
I would say meet me at a bar and get me drunk and a woman, and then marry me.
Woo!
Take me to Barcelona, see the show, and quickly get a divorce. Take half my money.
That's really bad advice.
I guess I would say what I've learned recently, that when the answer is no, or there's a lot of restrictions, you can always take your shirt off, put on a Viking helmet, and then just break into the place.
That's a very American way of doing things, definitely.
You chose Barcelona. It's like, that's such an honor for us. And I'm wondering, is it connected to the fact that you have a mystery guest on your show?
Don't tell London, but the only reason we're even going to London is to go to Barcelona.
It's a warm up.
Isn't that a Clash song? Don't tell London.
Probably.
It is. No, we're very excited to bring the chispa. So
there you go.
Yeah, Brad.
I have friends that introduced me to the Comedy Clubhouse in Barcelona, and so I came out to teach some workshops and do some performing. I was pleasantly surprised by the depth of the appreciation and passion for improvisation that was happening there. And so when I talked to these guys about what was happening there, it was quickly at the top of our list to try and get out there and make it happen. The mystery guest thing is we just find friends wherever we have them, and so it's fun for us to bring someone up, but there is no one that is a mystery guest that is the reason we're there. We're there because of what you guys are already doing and wanting to come and be a part of it and share with you guys. So
the show for us is the information from the audience, so it's really they'll dictate the show, and if it's good or bad, it's their fault.
Well, they're not going to dictate the show. We're going to dictate.
We'll dictate the show. They'll dictate the suggestions.
Yes, exactly. They give us what we need to start. Like not to brag, but like we don't have bad shows. Like that's why we do it. Like we kill. we really kill. So yeah, I think the stuff, it's going to be interesting for us, definitely, just to be able to like be in a different culture and different people know us differently and stuff, I'm really looking forward to it.
We have over 100 years of improv experience, guys. I just realized that right now, just between the four of us.
Malcolm Gladwell.
We really do.
Malcolm Gladwell talks about the 10,000 hours being the crucial, benchmark to get to for success or mastery of anything. And I think between us, we're in the hundreds of thousands of hours. So we're
in the 10,000 free shows performed.
We do know how to do this, and we love doing it, and that's really the inspiration for going, to Europe to do these. Is that's sort of new ground for us, and it's hard for us to feel like it's new ground geographically. Every show is new ground, and that's why we still love doing it. But to get to do this in the way that we know how and love to do it, which is a little different from, how it's done in other places, is exciting.
Yeah. Who does the best accents out of the four of you? Point left or right or down or up, please.
I say Brad.
I was going to say Matt.
I was trying to point to Brad, but my computer won't let me.
It's backwards.
Matt did a pretty solid Irishman last night, and
He did.
So I don't know.
You guys
Actually,
were
we may have to go to.
You were
We may have to go to
stereotyping
Matt.
me, though. You were stereotyping me because I have a hat and a sweater on
And a Walsh last name.
and a Walsh.
Yes.
hat.
No Walsh last name. That's right.
Americans are famous for speaking 2, 3, 4 languages. That at the minimum, you guys will be doing Texas accents throughout the whole show. Am I wrong there?
Well, sure, I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Joe,
there you go.
Joe, if that's
My wife is from Texas, and so
that's true.
So
she
your
doesn't really
kids-
have an accent, but I can try to do the Dutch accent, but that's really less about the accent and more about being rude for no reason.
You're gonna have a lot of expats in your audience. Yeah.
That's what we
So
want.
I wanted to test you a little bit. Who do you think lives in Barcelona?
Salvador Dali.
Right now,
I'm-
presently.
Yeah. What's the top immigrant?
Meaning, where are they from?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted the top 5 names. I was like, Serginho Dest, who plays for Barcelona.
I'm gonna go with Brits.
Oh.
Yeah.
No,
But you heard about something a couple of years ago that happened to the Brit population.
No.
Not the
Oh,
potato
because of
after that Brexit. We lost all of our
yes.
English teachers in like one quick swipe.
Wow.
The Brits aren't here anymore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
because Brexit made it harder for them to get that EU citizenship and everything. They gave that up.
Yeah.
Got it.
They gave up the south of Europe because of immigrants, ironically.
Canada. How about Canada?
No, it's really hard for us to live there. They don't even take
Australia.
your driver's license. They're like, what are you
Australia.
doing?
Australians is a good guess.
Oh,
They're
no,
everywhere.
super. Wait, why would you leave Australia? Come on.
They all leave Australia. They're a traveling people.
They
Yeah.
do just for 1 year, though. They're just like,
That's
one
true.
of
That's
the
true. Then they
other
go back.
themselves. They got kangaroos. Why would you leave? And killer snakes. So, okay.
Germans.
Japanese.
Oh. You guys are so cute.
Brazilians.
No, it's so funny because you're going to see it as soon as you get there. They talk a little bit like it is.
Oh, the Italians.
Italian.
Italians. And we like that because the local food is a very salt and pepper and olive oil. So they bring some goodness to us and a little bit of like chispa. Ooh, this is a good word, guys. This is a Spanish word for like charisma, chispa.
Chispa.
Like-
Chispa.
So we need you guys to have chispa, which you do. You bring us chispa, and the opposite of that would be so. Like, how you doing? So. But in Spanish, so means dull.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Good.
So
Let's go.
Tim, I don't know if you're getting any of this, but Jessica is reminding me a little bit of a Molly Shannon character right now.
Yeah.
You getting any of that? You have a Molly Shannon about you.
oh, really?
Yeah.
You also have chispa.
Yes.
You know what the kids in America call that Riz.
Riz, that's right.
Riz,
Good
what?
old Riz.
One thing you're not is so.
Thank you. Look at you. You are a fast learner, Brad. A+ in Spanish
Thank you.
acquisition.
Thank
Spanish acquisition. I'm not sure that we're allowed to say that anymore. They still celebrate the day. It's ironically September 11th when they went over to, visit South America. And it's controversial here, of course.
Well, I'm glad to hear that America is not the only country that has a holiday for successful colonization. So that's good.
Speaking of London, what are you guys most excited about going to London?
Museums.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
some
what
theater,
that's
maybe
what I'm
some
looking for.
theater. Some Indian
You guys
food.
are theater.
Indian food and gray weather. Those are the two.
Because you got to know your audience, right? So out of all the expats in Barcelona, 50% of Barcelona, they weren't born there. They're what we call immigrants. But we call immigrants people that were born in like Valencia, which is like 4 hours away. So
Okay.
they have a word for immigrants that is a slightly different than our definition. Because if you're not born in Catalonia, you're
You're
not.
an outsider.
You're an outsider. Now, how do you feel about the word comedic heavyweights?
Wow.
I like it.
I don't want to fat shame anybody, but
No. Oh,
Well, I go to boxing. That's usually the biggest prize money, right, in the heavyweight class. So I guess it's a compliment.
And I think that's the connection there. That's where it's coming from.
I think I was still a heavyweight.
So how many years ago was the last time you were on the stage at Saturday Night Live?
23 years.
23.
Then
You were a heavyweight from that point.
yeah, that was where I became a heavyweight. Then I'm really looking forward to coming there, and we are. I think it'll be fun. It'll be, I think people are going to be surprised. We're a lot quicker than we are in this interview. It's 11 in the morning here. I take a shower just to do Zoom. I'm like, what am I doing? Nobody's.
Thank you for the effort, Tim. Thank you for the effort.
But I'm not showering before the show, so.
As you guys are starting your whirlwind tour, I will see you again because this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
How many countries are in the European continent, boys?
How many countries?
14.
How many?
I say
Countries
14.
in Europe.
Ooh,
14.
I'll say 20.
Ooh.
12.
More.
Ooh. I'm
24.
probably going to edit this out.
Oh,
It's
That's
about
good.
52.
we're all we're doing is
how many? 52?
Wow.
But that's easy to remember. That's 2 more than the states in America.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's
So I'm
right.
writing that down right now.
Deck of cards.
That's right.
Ask us again right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey guys, Europe is so excited to have you. Just wondering, how many countries are there in the European continent?
50.
How close?
52.
Yes, excellent. Wow.
My chair.
We welcome you wholeheartedly.
I was going to say, like, when we all started doing improv, it was sort of this outsider art form in Chicago, very small community, and it's kind of grown throughout the world. And I think Brad going there this summer and encouraging us, like, there's a real fan base for long form and improv, and it'll be exciting to see how it's grown and what sort of audience is taken to it, around the world. So I get excited to see the new wave of improvisers.
Yeah. And if you guys don't want to stop in Europe, like, where is it exploding the most? Do you guys have an idea? Like, improv, like in China is like, or do you have a feeling?
I do know that there were some Chinese improvisers. A friend of ours, Francis, was brought over to the U.S. and was working with. I'll say from my conversation with her, improv in China is very different because of all the restrictions. She was telling me you can do workplace improv and you can do family improv.
Oh.
And it's kind of limited to that. And because it's a different culture there and everything. But like anything else from American culture, jazz music, I think, is the easiest comp to make. Okay. It slowly spreads its fingers. And once people get a taste of it, they want more. And I think that's what's happened with improv when all of us were starting. And we started within probably a 10, 12 year period or whatever. But like Matt said, it was just basically in Chicago. And then some people from Chicago would go to colleges. And then now my younger daughter, who's 10 years old, her elementary school has an improv thing after school. And most schools in the area are like that. Like, there was no improv in college when I was in college. Yeah. Now it's all the way into elementary schools in America. And every college has an improv team.
And Matt is one of the people with Upright Citizens Brigade when he started that with his partners that was able to help bring improv to New York and play. But no, the fact that it's blossoming in Europe is amazing. And I've been hearing about great improv scenes and theaters that are happening in Warsaw, Poland, in Norway, in Reykjavik, in France, Portugal.
I think there's an improv team on the International Space Station.
That's right.
I'd love to play there sometime.
But they do short form, Matt.
Is it short form? I'm not.
Well, it's hard to do long form in zero gravity.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
You just start floating away. You only got a couple minutes out there, and then you could be off screen.
That makes sense.
Guys, a little raise the roof if you have been in Barcelona before. Tim, Matt, Joe, Brad.
I'm raising it. I'm raising it. Yeah.
Before the Olympics, you said.
Joe was there for the Olympics, but no one's really sure what event he was there for.
Another quick little Spanish quiz here. You're going to Espai Texas or Cine Texas. What could that mean? My great.
Espai is. I'm curious about that word. I don't know. I know what Texas means. I think I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the inspiration for. Texas is a very polarizing word in America. I'm curious to know. I guess I want to ask you a question. Why do you name a club anything Texas? But I guess I first need to know what Espai means.
Well, this is the secret of all expats. If you want to work this into the show somehow, we all moved to Barcelona. Actually, a little quiz. What are the 2 reasons people move to Barcelona? Could you imagine?
Play football.
Tax evasion.
Yeah, tax evasion was what I was going to say. Yeah.
Tax evasion.
Avoidance of religious persecution.
International crime.
Cheap
Love for the Castilian accent.
Cheap real estate.
Culture. Yeah, I was going to say culinary excellence.
Okay.
Did we get any of the 2?
Mostly sunshine. Okay, because
Yeah.
most of us are Northern Europeans. I'm Canadian, so we're like the Europe of North America, aren't we? My American friends.
Yeah.
So we go for the sun, and we love Spanish people because they're so fun. And then we arrive, and we don't know anything. We don't understand anything, and we realize we moved to Catalunya. Pop quiz. What the heck is Catalunya?
You tell us.
Catalunya. Only thing I know about Catalunya is a really great chicken dish, and then also that the people of Catalunya are obsessed with the act of defecation. And I don't know why, but maybe you can explain that to us as well. But sure. Everywhere I go in Barcelona, they're selling little figurines of every kind of character, whether it's Santa or Batman pooping.
Joe can't even visualize it. He's
Well,
trying.
I can. The problem is I can visualize it all too well, I think. I'm trying not to visualize it right now.
Well, I was walking through the markets a couple of weeks ago with my boyfriend, and I saw all these pooping statues, and I thought, what if we could custom design a pooping of someone we love, right? So you guys could get the 4 of you.
We're ready.
We got stickers already. I don't know. This is a big step up.
Well, she's pitching. I think Jessica's pitching a great piece of merch. We need to take advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah. London doesn't have that, by the way.
London does not. Yeah.
London does not have that.
So I already pose for these.
Well, I was gonna say I already have pictures of me pooping for like the mock-up.
You can finally use them.
Finally, I can take those off my phone and delete them now.
I'm still trying to get clearance on my Pope pooping pictures.
There you go.
It's hard to clear those.
I have Pope pooping here, so I'm not.
Okay, that's not what we got. He hasn't signed off on that. His estate hasn't signed off on that.
A lot of red tape getting to the Pope.
Yeah.
So what does Espai Texas mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we all move here thinking we're going to speak hola, ¿cómo estás? And we find out that we have to speak Catalan. So the state in which you guys are coming to is called Catalunya. And
Espai is what you're saying is a Catalonian word and not a Spanish word, yes?
Exactly, for space.
Space.
So the Texas space.
Beautiful.
Well, we're so thrilled to have you because I've been in improv, since California, I guess. I've watched the first show in California in Santa Cruz about 18 years ago. And now I've moved on to teaching clown and improv with the Applied Improvisation Network, which some of you might know.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we have like a tiny little group of English improvisers, and we just know and love each other so much there. And we brought in, I guess, Joe Bills lives in Europe. So he was one of the first ones that I learned from. And just having you guys come puts a breath of like beautiful Texan air into our lives. With the equivalent of Saturday Night Live, you can't even beat it, you can't compare to it, but is there anything in little Europe that even compares to something that you guys have created over in the good US of A?
Well, I mean, Monty Python, I think, would be an equivalent, even though it has a different it didn't last as long, even though it still exists, because those guys who are heroes of mine are still around. But I mean, for me, it was a great 10-year run. I really felt like SNL, more than anything, I learned how to write and produce, and I really found my comedic voice. I think I really got comfortable figuring out who I was and what I did that was somewhat funny.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
You were somewhat funny then. I can't wait for Barcelona. Okay.
Well, I'm a heavyweight now.
You're a heavyweight. Barcelona Metropolitan is always promoting culture and musicians and artists. And I smile a lot. It's been an absolute honor for me to meet you guys. You are heroes in my world, and that might not mean very much, but to all my friends in Europe who are dying, who are praying, who are thanking Amy for making a masterclass on improv that comes on my YouTube every 5 days. So you guys changed the industry from Chicago. You guys made something from Chicago, more deep dish pizza from Chicago. What? Only stayed in Chicago, and you guys all around the world now. So I do genuinely thank you and all your people for committing to this art form that I think changes people's lives and their mindset of how they see the world. So
we thank you for helping us get the word out and help bring people to come and have a great night with us.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, the Expat Show. Any last words that what could you say if you wanted to encourage people to come? And I'll tell all my friends, it will be a night of shirtless Viking hats, marriage.
You can tell them that, because we can play that improvisationally, and we don't even have to take off our shirts.
Which is better.
That's what's great about improv,
Does anyone else, in the last 10 seconds of this 30-minute interview, I figured out that if I just rotate my phone horizontally,
I thought that was pretty late for you to do that.
Yeah.
You got it in right under the wire.
Oh, boy.
Guys, enjoy Barcelona. It's
All right.
18 degrees. You don't even know what that is, but you do know geography of Europe now, so you're going to be fine. Have a great time over there.
Thanks. Yeah.
Adios. Bienvenido.
All right.
Adios.